Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your friend Gare here again with another video. Today I'm actually really excited to do this one. I'm finally going to do basically a tour of my game room. It's not the most grand game room you'll ever see. It's very humble, but you know, I'm really proud of what I have. I started game collecting actually about a year ago now, so yeah, I've been doing it for about 1 year. And I think I've amassed quite a bit of things in that time frame. I've put a lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of time into it. So, like I said, I don't have the biggest area to work with. I don't have the most diverse amount of things like some other people on YouTube do. But again, I'm very proud of what I have. So basically, what I'm going to do, you know, I'll kind of here in a couple minutes we'll shift over and I'll kind of tour you guys through the room, show you everything I have. Talk about some standout things here and there. I don't want to drag this video out too long, but keep in mind, guys, it's not completely finished. I mean, it's finally to the point where I'm comfortable showing it off. I'm not ashamed of it. It's not a huge mess like it usually is. We've just been in the process of moving, so we just had crap everywhere. We're still trying to get the house put together, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. I mean, I want to put more shelving units up. More display stands. There's a lot of stuff I'm going to do. So of course, you know, after I do this, in probably about 6 months to a year, I'll do another follow-up video to show you guys and, you know, show you how it's transformed. And again, like I said, this isn't the biggest game room. This is the first house we've actually owned ourselves. You know, we've always rented before, so we've always been really limited in our space. So this is my first time I've actually got to have a designated area for showing off all my gaming items. In the last house we lived in, I actually had to set up a couple of these black bookshelves that you guys will see. I actually have these in my wife and my bedroom to show the few things off. It was really tacky. She hated it. So I am very glad that I actually have an area to display everything and store it. I wish it was bigger. You know, I wish I had like a whole basement or a whole actual bedroom to dedicate. But again, I'm grateful to have this. I've definitely worked with the space I've been given, and you guys will see what I mean. It's not the biggest area. It's kind of like a walk-through area from our living room into the kitchen. So, anyway, like I said, I don't want to drag this out, so we'll go ahead and cut over, and I'll start showing you guys the room. So here we are. I'm just basically going to start off in this little corner over here and kind of work my way, I guess, clockwise. So over here, this is basically like my little stand area for all my handhelds. This is one of the things I want to build an actual shelving unit for to really take advantage of the space. I mean, there's a pretty good sized corner. So eventually I'll make a stand that kind of takes up that whole space. That way I can really display these items better. Because as you can see, I've got all the boxes kind of crammed on there. It doesn't look the best, but at least I got them up there. So up here I've got a couple PSP boxes. This is the God of War edition. This one's just, you know, the original one that I bought a long time ago when it first came out. Or not when it first came out, but when Crisis Core came out. And then here I've got a box complete Advanced SP, the Cobalt one. It's really cool. It was actually sealed, I think, when I bought it, and stupid me, I opened it up just to make sure it was there because the guy seemed kind of shifty. So I opened up a sealed one. Really stupid. I really regret it, but I just wanted to make absolutely sure. And then we got I don't know these colors very well, guys, so bear with me. I just call them purple, and I think it's indigo, but you know, the old school Game Boy Advance. This is the Nintendo DS Lite that we bought for my daughter when she was like 3 years old, so I'm kind of neat that we still have that. Then we've got the Super Mario 3D World 3DS version that she never plays anymore. Of course, I've got the Legend of Zelda 3DS XL version. I went through hell to get that on Black Friday. If you guys know anything about it, it was on sale for like $149.99 on. It was either on Thanksgiving or Black Friday, I can't remember. And Target was the only place that was supposed to be doing it. And I went there, they ran out, of course, and it was a freaking madhouse. So I went to Walmart. Luckily, one of the managers there was really cool. He price matched it, so I got very lucky that I got that. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have grabbed it. And then this is the 3DS XL that my daughter plays. And you guys are probably going to laugh at me. As you can tell, most if not all of these are wrapped in little baggies. I'm just really trying to take care of them. You know, I'm trying to keep dust off of them, really preserve them as best as I can. And being that I really don't play them, it doesn't really bother me to have them like this. So this is actually, it's not a Game Boy Color, it's a Game Boy Pocket, the yellow version. I really like it. I like the color a lot. I used to actually have a Honda Civic that color, so. And then another Game Boy Pocket, the green one. And then the rest of these are Game Boy Color. So this is the, I guess you call it teal. I don't know if you can really tell by the lighting, but that's actually, I think, the most recent one I got. And then we got a grape one here. Yellow, of course, for that as well. Unfortunately, I don't have the Pikachu one or the Pokemon one. I'm really hoping to come across that this summer. I really like that one. Pink or berry, I think is what it's called. And of course, we got the old school Fat Boy there. As you can tell, there's a couple, you know, the Game Boy Advance, the original old school ones there. I think that's Glacier, and then that one's just a white one. And then that's the silver one. And then down there is another Game Boy Pocket. It's, I don't know what color that is. I guess it's gold. It's kind of like a gold-brown color. I haven't seen a whole lot of those, so I don't know if they're hard to find or what the deal is, but it was kind of cool that I got that. Then I got a couple SPs up here. I got the silver one, the black or onyx, and then the blue or cobalt one. Down here, got a pink DS. This one is, I think this is the blue. Yeah, that's my daughter's blue DS that she never plays anymore. This one, I think this is like the very first model of DS that came out. It looks like a freaking tank, man. I mean, it looks like something you get issued in the military. It's huge. And I've not actually ever tested it. I just recently got a charger for it, so. And then this is the PSP, you know, the God of War one for the box up there. I'll probably end up putting it in the box. I don't know why I have it out, but. And then there's the loose one that I've had for a long time. That thing definitely saved me in the military, like just from hacking it and having, you know, all the old school PlayStation games on there, having emulators on there. That thing really, really saved my life. I've been through a lot of hard times with that guy. I got a Game Boy camera here, a little multi-tap for the Game Boy. This I found at a Goodwill. I thought it was kind of cool that it still had the box. It's, you know, just an AC adapter to plug it in. Game Boy printer, little magnifying glass for the Advance, a magnifying glass with light for the Game Boy, and then down here we've got my Game Gear that I recently got, and then this is just my old case for the PSP. And then down here we've got my daughter's red 3DS. Here's just like a little Pokemon tin. That's got my loose PSP games in there. And then down here is like all the Game Boy games. I don't really have a fancy way of showing them off or displaying them or storing them, so I kind of took a page from CGR's book and just threw it in a baggie. So these are all, these are Game Boy Color games here. These are the Game Boy Advance games. These are my Game Gear games, and then this is the, you know, the original old school Game Boy games. And then up here, of course, I've got those the Club Nintendo little Mario and Luigi hat 3DS holders. They're pretty cool. I was glad I got them. I burned through a lot of my points, so I didn't have that many to begin with. So by the time I got those and the Zelda poster, when the Luigi little statue figure came out, I didn't have enough points for it. So I was really, really bummed I missed out on it. And then this is something I just recently, someone at work gave it to me for free, so I thought that was pretty cool that she gave me that. Thanks, Robin. And then down there's a little Star Wars blaster I picked up on my road trip find. I was going to put it up here in this little space on the wall just to kind of show it off, but I can't really get it to stay. So over here is a, pretty big shelving unit. It's got pretty much, Nintendo stuff on. It's actually got just a lot of random stuff, to be honest with you. It's not the most organized shelf I have. So up there is just some of my kind of cooler items, I guess. There's the little Joker statue that came with Arkham Origins. I wasn't too thrilled with it. I mean, because it was an expensive pre-order. It was over $100. I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but it wasn't cheap. And for you guys that own it, know exactly what I'm talking about. It just feels really cheap. It doesn't feel like it's very sturdy. I mean, if you lift it up the wrong way, it feels like it's just going to break into pieces. And the TVs that light up, they don't look that good. They don't look clear. I mean, I didn't expect them to look HD like a real TV, but it just didn't turn out the way I was hoping at all. So I was pretty bummed about that, especially since like 3 months later it went on GameStop for $50. I was really, really mad about that. But luckily the game was pretty good once they fixed it. Up here, if you can see it, it's the Figma, Legend of Zelda Link figure from Skyward Sword. It's really, really cool. I really want to take it out to pose it and everything. but I think I'm going to leave it sealed. It's a really cool figure. Up there is my Punisher PC version. Very, very cool to have. I'm glad I have that. Up here, if you can see, it's the Skylanders for 3DS. We haven't opened it yet. My daughter, she thought she was really going to like the Skylander series, but we spent all this money to buy her that stuff, and she just never played it, so it's still sealed. I'll probably keep it that way, too. The South Park Stick of Truth set there. I haven't opened that one either. I just haven't had time to play it. And then that's the Mortal Kombat bookshelf bookends. They came with the big box set. I really like it. I think it's cool with Scorpion stabbing Sub-Zero through the wall. It's really cool. This is one of my prized possessions. I've got Chrono Trigger almost complete. Unfortunately, I don't have the box, so hoping I'll come across that one day, but that's definitely one of my favorite items there. Got that, of course. Adventure Time. Wasn't the greatest game. I was pretty disappointed. Ninja Turtles basketball game, you know, you guys that grew up in the same time I did, those were, I mean, they were cool at the time, but you try to play it now, and it's awful. It's not even really playable. This I want to put in the movie area, I don't have room over there. Super Scope there, and then up here, I've just basically got a bunch of Ninja Turtle toys up there. I didn't have anywhere else to put them, so they just happened to fit. And I threw a couple Dragon Ball Z figures in there just for the heck of it. And if you can't tell, Donatello is my favorite Ninja Turtle. I like him. He's the smart one. Kind of introverted. I like him. He's always been my favorite. And then here's my GameCube collection. I'm not going to go through all the titles. I'll just kind of skim through here. Maybe call out some ones that really stand out. But Eternal Darkness, heard a lot of great things. I haven't got to play it yet. Legend of Zelda games, of course, you got to have those. I'm very glad that I have. I think I've got every one of them for the GameCube now. All the Mario series games, those are always great to have. Metroid, and I'm ashamed to say I've not played the Metroid Prime series. I really want to, and I have the collector's, the trilogy on the Wii, so I'll probably play it on there. There's those, and then down here on the next row. Let's see. Star Wars, those games are awesome. Very fun to play. Super Mario Sunshine, I'm ashamed to say I've never played it. That kind of came out when I got out of those kind of games for a while when I was in high school, so I just never got to play it. But one of these days I'd like to get to it. Something you gotta have if you have a Game Boy, the Game Boy player, startup disc, and I've actually got it hooked up to this black one here. It's awesome. I mean, it's just so much fun. You can have an emulator to do all that stuff, and it'll probably look better and play better. But it's, if you're not into that, that's definitely a must-own item. And then here is the Wii collection, which I'm still working on. I don't have the biggest Wii collection, but it's pretty decent. It's getting up there, especially now that they're so cheap. Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Very happy to have that. I got it for a pretty good deal, actually. So it's really hard to play on the Wii because you got to throw your arms around like a maniac. The Last Story, I was very happy to grab that. I think it's probably going to be worth quite a bit someday. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but right there, the dark one, that's the Metroid Prime Trilogy, which unfortunately doesn't have the slipcover. But Pokepark 2, which is still sealed. I got it on clearance for like $10. I don't know why it was so cheap, but I was very happy to pick it up. Definitely going to keep that sealed. I'll just play the ISO if I ever want to play it. Super Mario Galaxy games, I mean, those are must-plays. They are absolutely fantastic. And as you can tell, there's a lot of kid games in here. My daughter plays, so. And then Pandora's Tower. I've got a copy over there that's open, but I bought one sealed as well that I'm definitely going to keep sealed. Again, I think it's a title that's going to really go up in price over the years. And then down here, this row is basically boxed Nintendo games like Super Nintendo, NES, N64. Sunset Riders, if you guys saw my video where I got all that big lot with the Super Nintendo and all the games, I was very happy to get that. Donkey Kong Country, that was the first Super Nintendo boxed game that I had ever gotten, and it's in absolutely, just perfect condition. I was very happy with that. A majority of these NES boxes I got in one deal. I wish I was making videos when I had got that, because it was by far the best find I'd ever gotten. Maybe one of these days I might do a video just kind of reminiscing about it, but... And then, of course, The Legend of Zelda. This one is the collector's edition one, which is why I've got it, you know, in a protective case. I got it for a pretty decent deal. I got it from a dude for like 40 bucks, so I was pretty happy with it. It's definitely worth it to me. It's one of my all-time favorite games. Resident Evil 2, very happy to have that in the box. I don't know if it's any good on the N64. I've not played it on that system, but I was just really happy to have it. And then down here is my Genesis collection. Again, it's not very big for some reason. There's not a lot of people here that have, like, there's not many Sega people here. I never come across Genesis games, Dreamcast, or anything like that. It's just really hard. So a lot of these, I've just either gotten lucky or I've had to buy online. Shinobi 3, if you guys haven't played that, that might be my all-time favorite Sega Genesis game. It's so much fun. The gameplay, the music is outstanding. I absolutely love it. It's fun. It's hard as hell, but it's very fun. Very satisfying. So there's that. A couple, you know, my 2 Game Gear box games I have and a couple accessories. And then down here is just kind of some random stuff I didn't know where to put. Little Yoda lollipop, marshmallow dude. No, I don't really like 50 Cent. I've just had that for 10 years. That's just got all my loose disc-based games. And then the rest of the stuff up here are loose cases that I don't have the games for. So there is my Princess Peach one. If you guys haven't heard the story, I went to a garage sale, bought that, I was stupid, didn't look to make sure it was in there, and instead it was Squinkies or something stupid like that. So I'm still mad about that because that game's pricey. And then down here is games that I have doubles of that I just need to get rid of. Some of these I will probably throw in with my whenever I get my 100 subs again and I do a contest. So like I said, those are doubles. Same with those Nintendo games. There's so many Mario Duck Hunts. It's not even I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. And then down here are systems that I just need to test and, you know, try to get rid of, trade them off, sell them, or whatever. As you can tell, I have a plethora of Sega. Is it Genesises or Genesi? Genesi sounds better, but there's 5 of them sitting there. I've just accumulated so many of them, and I can't seem to get rid of them. Just a bag full of controllers that don't work, a couple PlayStations I need to get rid of. In there I've just got some random bags, and then, you know, NES Power Pad. And then over here is basically where I've got all the consoles and a lot of big boxes. As you can tell, I've got that literally stacked to the ceiling. It's just basically boxes I have that I don't have anywhere to put, but I also kind of wanted to show off, so I don't want to go through them all, but you can see them up there. And then over here is just nothing too exciting. Behind the Star Wars box, that's the fighting stick box for Injustice. It's really, really cool. I love the artwork. Very awesome. So in here, I've got my Super Nintendo, you know, with the 2 controllers and everything, and the styrofoam. Back there, the mini Super Nintendo. I don't have to read these off. You guys know what they are. And that's just a random little Atari plug-and-play I've got. And then in there, like I said, I've got my GameCubes, the Game Boy player. And then down here is basically my PlayStation stuff. That box, that PS2 box, I've had since I got it back in high school, back in, I think it was Christmas of 2001. So it's been pretty beat to hell, but I'm glad I still have it. And then down here is my PS3, the Harry Potter one. I had the original, you know, the 60 gig, or no, the 40 gig fat booty one, but the drive went out, so I had to buy a new one, so I got a slim. The Zelda Wii U, I bought that because, I mean, it's cool that it's a Zelda edition, but I genuinely thought it was going to sell out really fast and be one of those items that just quadrupled in price and I was never going to get, so I kind of jumped the gun on it. I'm glad I have it. I love my Wii U, but it didn't turn out the way I thought at all. And then down here, it's kind of hard to see. I know it's dark, but there's the old Xbox 360 that I just got. And then down there's an old PS1, Dreamcast, PS1 Slim. And then down here's a whole bunch of controllers I just got to test. This box up here, that's just got a whole bunch of figures like Dragon Ball Z, Ninja Turtle figures. I don't know where to put them right now, so they're just sitting there. Box full of cables. That bag is just overflowing with Game Boy cases, like the carrying cases for the system and stuff like that. I've accumulated a ton of them. I just don't know what to do with them. And then these little totes here, they're not too organized. I need to get another one, but it's basically got, like, as you can see, you know, NES controllers, Super Nintendo controllers, hookup cables, accessories, all kinds of stuff. It's just the best way I could organize it for now without having them everywhere. And then over here, of course, you know, if you guys have seen my Final Fantasy VII collection video, that's all that. I won't go through that again, but over there I've got a couple... I got a horrible glare, I'm sorry about that. There's a couple more Ninja Turtle toys I got boxed. Those were the re-release of the old ones, so... yeah, so there's all that. And then down here, of course, I've got the Zelda strategy guide collection in the treasure chest. Very cool. Couple random things. Got Donatello's shell there. It's just I didn't know where to put it again. Alright, and then over here, it's kind of a tiny little bookshelf. I need to make a bigger one because this one's it's already full. I'm out of room for everything. But of course, I've got the Mario 3DS holder. You know, he's just kind of chilling there holding that with a couple chargers and stuff over there. Boba Fett's up there flying. I don't know why he's got such massive arms. I guess it kind of helps balance them out, but it's cool. I grabbed it at a garage sale for like 10 cents. So. And then here is just kind of a mishmash of strategy guides, books, magazines, and stuff like that. Some of my Punisher books. Like I said before, I'm a huge Punisher fan. The Punisher Max series, if you guys get a chance, definitely check those out. They are absolutely fantastic. They're amazing. This one here, it's not bad. I love the cover work on it. It's absolutely awesome. It's an expensive book. The storyline's kind of crazy. Like, that's one where Frank Castle comes back as Castlestein or Frankenstein or something like that. Frank Castlestein. It's something I haven't quite got that far, but it's a little far-fetched. And then down here, these are like pamphlets and posters that came with games. So those are like posters. These are like instructions and stuff for handheld games. These are for the NES, a whole bunch there. This is really cool. My wife's mom actually had this in her house. My wife had this when she was a kid. I guess she got this from eating Pringles or something like that. I thought it was really cool that they kept it, so we held on to it. These are the bigger guides, like for Super Nintendo and N64. These are like some of the pamphlets for the systems, a couple of boxes for games that I don't own yet. And then down here's just a couple of Game Informers I get from going through GameStop. This, just a couple random things. I don't know why I bought this. It's like a VHS box set for The Phantom Menace. It's the only movie they did it for, as far as I know. I don't think they did it for the other two. It's just kind of cool. I like Star Wars. It was really cheap, so I picked it up.